Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staten here on the Daily Dan blog. Today I'm looking at the Dark Crystal. It's a number one from 1983. I'm digging that cover. It reminds me of the movie a lot. Remember that movie? I barely remember that movie. That movie is an old movie. It had to come out, what, in 80, 81, and then the comic book a couple of years later, The Dark Crystal. Oh my God, look at that thing on the front. That's going to be a real trip, ain't it? So, so we bust it open and have a look inside. Well, it starts off with this Peter Pan looking motherfucker blowing his flute off in the middle of some wood somewhere, getting all the attention in the world. Inside the inside cover, you got a commercial for Cracker Jacks. Damn, I wish I had some Cracker Jacks right now. And we're going to take a look at the Dark Crystal. As you can see, a number one from 1983, starting off with some little Peter Pan guy. A Gelfling, I believe they're called, playing his flute in the forest. Oh boy, I can hardly wait to see what kind of halfling adventures this is going to be like. Hey, maybe we should take a look back real quick and know what we're looking at, right? Because a lot of you people probably don't know what a Dark Crystal, a Gelfling, or none of these critters are, right?
The Dark Crystal. It begins as a quest. You must find the shard. The crystal shard. The crystal shard? To save our world, you need. A wonder-filled fantasy adventure. Journey into a mystical realm of sights and sounds. Enter the world of the Dark Crystal.
What's it for? Is that what you want to know? You want to know what this is all about? Is that it, don't you?
Now from directors Jim Henson and Frank Oz and Gary Kurtz, the producer of Star Wars, comes a new dimension of fantasy and adventure. Travel to another world, another time, in the age of wonder. The Dark Crystal.
So, YouTube, now that you got a little flashback, you got a little memory going on, you remember what the Dark Crystal is, let's get this comic book started. What do you say? Shall we? So, Inglorious Full Panels brought to you by the Daily Dan blog. The story rolls on. Little halfling-looking Gelfling thing blowing on his flute. When some other little elfling things comes up and tells this guy, hey, the big bird wants to see you. Wow, the big bird is the bird of wisdom. You know, I forget the name. The Scanlons, the Screechins, the Scrollins. Got a bunch of stupid names for all these weird-ass birds. And the bad ones are the Skitches. And anyway, the good bird's telling the little elfling, halfling, whatever the hell this thing is. You know, hey, it's got you an adventure coming up. I'm prophesizing some shit bad gonna happen. So this big wise bird guy is like filling this little gauntlet gaffling thing in. I'm just gonna call him a halfling because he looks like a fucking hobbit. Anyway, this little hobbit gets filled in by this big wise bird about this dark crystal he's gotta go find. Oh boy, it's gonna be a big adventure. Hey, we saw the previews, right? Hey, check it out. We got you some bubble yum in this bubble yum commercial. How about it? They gonna put a whole page ad in there for bubble gum, guaranteed to give you diabetes and ruin your teeth. Yes, it's true. So after another big long page of exposition, then the little halfling gets sent off down the road to go find a magic piece of the dark freaking crystal. Oh my God. And we get a flash over to the bad birds, and they look like the good birds. They're just the bad birds, and they're the screechlings or the scretchlings or something. And they're all plotting to get their little part of the dark crystal. Hey, I love the excitement in this book. So I guess this is a good time to tell everybody, all my friends out there, to be sure to check out my friend Pat McCormick at the Golden Age of TV here on YouTube for some fine retro TV videos that you might find very interesting. So in full old school panels brought to you by the Daddy Damn Blog, this comic book's looking like a comic book's supposed to look. And it's got some really great art to be based on a Muppet movie. Yeah, that's right, this movie's a bunch of damn Muppets. And we get a whole bunch of pages of the bad guys, the bad birds, plotting their evil thing. And basically it's just a bunch of damn birds sitting around talking, maybe getting a little slappy with each other, but it ain't nothing really going on much. Just some birds talking. But that shit looked good when it was giant Muppets doing it in the movie, though. I swear it did. And this damn comic book's dragging on about as bad as that movie drags on, as these two birds plot on their evil and argue over the dark crystal and the powers of the dark crystal and how we're gonna get the dark crystal in this little, oh my God, they got some crab monsters gonna be called up. Yep, here they come. Crab monsters. Wow. And here you get some more ads in the middle of this comic book. You get a half price charter subscription off some famous Marvel comic books if you apply right here. I don't guess they tell you which comics you get. Oh my God. And then you can go to the comic book convention of 1983. God damn, I think back to 1983, I went to a comic book convention. I wonder if I was at one of these. I don't think so. Anyway, you can order that, and you can order some Grit magazines right here. And Grit really sucked ass. It really did. That was some horrible stuff. And we roll on with our little halfling going on one of these little hobbit adventures where he's rolling through the forest looking for a piece of the dark crystal, being spied out by this Bigfoot creature-looking thing off in the woods called a glop, or whatever the hell it is. And a tree spit him out right in front of the glop, so I guess the glop scared him and he ran the hell away. Meanwhile, these guys over here are showing off the really cool stuff inside the fucking observatory. I didn't know these little bastards had an observatory. They think it's a planetary alignment thing. That's what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. This guy's telling this little halfling thing about this big planetary alignment when things were supposed to change. Hell, the world could burn. So as I throw you these full panels brought to you by the Daily Dan Blog, let me remind everybody to go over to my other channel, Daily Dan's the Good Stuff, and see some elongated trailers for this movie and a little bit more explanation of why Goofy here is having to go hunt for a piece of the dark crystal and being plagued by all these giant Muppets and giant creatures with claws chasing his little bitch ass all around in scenes that's not even in the freaking movie. I swear it's not. If you've seen the movie and you saw these scenes where he gets big balls thrown at him and chased by crabs, be sure to let me know in the comments below, because I don't remember that from the movie, even though it's been a while since I've seen the whole thing. Anyway, he finds this magic rock. He's going to stick it on the end of a spear, and now he's got the power to mess with, oh my God, to mess with whatever the blue hell that thing's supposed to be. Oh my God, that thing looks terrible. And a little crab's running out through the woods. Oh, this cracks me up. So little hobbit guy's rolling off through the woods, and suddenly he encounters what he thinks is a Bigfoot reaching up and growling and showing his snarly teeth, and Bigfoot scares the hell out of him. He falls back and busts his ass, but as he looks up, he realizes it ain't a goddamn Bigfoot. It's a fucking Tribble. That's right, right out of Star Trek. It's a goddamn little round ball Tribble mother. And the little girl's laughing and she's going, ah, that's my pet Tribble. Ah. Anyway, apparently they got tribbles in this universe. And wow. And little guy hobbit meets the little girl hobbit, and they're going to have some of that hobbit stuff going on now. Oh my God, look. And you get a flashbacks. Look at it. Oh my God. You're learning how you became the prince, how you got carried off, how you got all this flashback information. You want to watch this flashback? You want to learn all about what happened in the past? Watch the freaking movie. Boy, I'm not going to sit here for 30 minutes explaining the whole story to you. But basically, when he was a kid, the good birds took him and raised him to be the wise guy. That's why he was hanging out with the wise birds. And now he's the stone seeker. And this is what we really need. More commercials for some kind of damn Christmas stuff. Boy, I'm so glad Christmas is over. Christmas is a fucking nightmare. I swear to God it is. Yeah. And look, you could have bought some comic books for Christmas in 1983. Well, anyway, the little hobbit and his little girlfriend kind of remind me of them two hobbits from Lord of the Rings, you know. Even though them two was guys, I always thought Sam Ganji was a little bit happy for Frodo's ass, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, at least they got him a girl hobbit in this one. And they're carrying on, looking for other pieces of the Dark Crystal. He and her team, and their little pet, Tribble. Oh, I don't remember the damn Tribble from the movie neither. I really don't. And then YouTube, we get this big, long trip. That's right, now let's sprout some bat wings and fly like this little critter. He got there faster. As they head for Crystal Mountain. Now, I swear to God, the name of it is Crystal Mountain. A Crystal Mountain, that'd be a good place to find a dark damn crystal, wouldn't it? Anyway, they meet up with some more little hobbits, and they decide to have a little hobbit party, and they're all dancing around and singing like them Lord of the Rings motherfuckers was. La 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 la. And that's when roar, big crab busts through the roof, and he's looking for some hobbits to eat. Oh my God. Okay, YouTube, to show you that I am not bullshitting right here, I'm going to turn the page on camera. They're running from the giant thing busting through the roof, and I swear to God, very next page, they're running from the thing, but that's all you get. You don't see how they get out the building or none of that good stuff. And there's one of these screechy birds with his all ripped up clothes pointing away for him. He's showing off the fact that he got his little piece of the dark crystal. And I'll be damned, he threw the son of a bitch. Ain't that some shit? He's going to throw it off in the woods and hide it or something. What a stupid motherfucker. Oh, I get it. He threw it up and you follow it and it leads you to the city. Now he's going to recapture his little dinky piece of rock that led him to this city thing that he had to run through the woods and follow. How does that damn Tribble keep up? I don't understand how the Tribble keeps up. He ain't got no fucking legs. What does it do? Roll like one of them things from Critters, I bet you. Anyway, they're in the city, creeping around the bottom of the castle like an old dungeon or something. Oh, whatever will we find here? The Tribble looks upset. So they went through all this shit to get ambushed by a bunch of crows. I swear these big skanky, they look like they're starving. I wonder if they're going to eat these damn hobbits like worms. Anyway, they get all surrounded up by the crows, and them and their little Tribble looks all worried about it, and the crows just walk the fuck away. Yeah, they just walk the fuck away, and that's when they find these. Why did the crows walk the hell away? They had them. They could have captured them. They could have put them in a net. They could have finally ate because they look like they're starving. They look, you can see the bones right through their chest. And they should have ate the little Tribbles, hobbits and Tribbles, and whatever the hell they are. Anyway, they find these long-legged camel-looking things with these big-ass legs, and they decide to throw the Tribble on there and go for a ride. What the hell? I guess it's better than walking, right, YouTube? Oh, and of course, because it's a comic book from 1983, we're going to get the bullpen bulletins where you can read about all the stuff coming out in comic book lore of the day and see a couple of new Thor and Blip magazines coming out. I've never heard of Blip. I've never read a Blip. And I've never seen a Blip. Thor, on the other hand, my friend the captain, my brother, he just bought a shitload of Thor books. Maybe he'll give me one of them to review one day. Anyway, you can get The Adventure Can Be Yours from TSR as you can learn to play some role-playing games. You can actually live the Dark Crystal. Ain't that some shit? I always played Dungeons and Dragons, but it was cool back in the day. I haven't played that in about 20 years. Moving on. So that little hobbit and that little hobbit girl and their Tribble, they rode off into the sunset on them long-legged damn things. And the last pages of the comic book we get are these vicious, hungry, starving bird creatures who can't find their little part of the dark crystal with their ribs showing, looking all hungry, talking about trying to catch up with them and trying to find it. And remember when that big crab thing busted through the roof? Yeah, well, it took prisoners and stuff of everybody that didn't get away. So why the boy and the girl hobbit are like rolling on down the road on their big-legged things, they're off escaping, and the wise old bird-looking lizard face is like, well, the alignment's fixing to happen. Bad stuff's going on. All the other little hobbits who were at the house, they're in a big freaking net. And they're all caged up. Oh, they're prisoners. And I swear, YouTube, that's the end of issue 1. We'll have to get issue number 2 and see what happens next. Hey, prizes and cash in the back of this comic book. Whoa, you can order. And then you had this really cool thing for her. What the fuck is that? Atari. Oh my God, how old is this damn 1983? This is back when video games really were in their infancy, kind of, right? Yeah, I got it. Or maybe they were just coming into vogue because everything you see is, hey, Parker's Brother video game on the back cover. Hey, this comic book's in real good shape, by the way. I'm all impressed. That's my look at the Dark Crystal #1. I hope you enjoyed the little preview trailer I thought in there to give you a kind of an idea of what you were looking at. I hope you enjoyed my little quick review of it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for me. I hate that silly little bell. And until next time, look at that really great cover art. I'm saying this book's going to look really good on the wall. It really is. Until next time, this is Danny Staten on the Daddy Dan blog. I hope you enjoyed this. And Dark Crystal #1, 1983. Blog over, dudes.